This is Max and Mia podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Max and Mia podcast. We hope you're having a great day.
Really glad you're joining us today, wherever you're listening from.
Before we get into today's episode, we wanted to take a second and just check in. Mia, how's your week been? Anything worth mentioning?
Honestly, it's been one of those weeks where everything takes twice as long as it should. I was trying to sort out a minor issue with my bank, which ended up taking 3 phone calls and way too much time on hold.
Oh, I know that feeling. The worst part is when you finally get through to someone and they transfer you again.
Exactly. And the thing is, I was using very polite, very textbook language. Like, super formal. And at some point I realized it wasn't really working. The person on the other end kept talking over me, kind of dismissing what I was saying.
So what did you do?
I shifted gears, started using shorter, more direct phrases. Things like, just to be clear, or I need this sorted today. And suddenly the conversation completely changed. They actually listened.
That's such a good point. And honestly, that's something we talk about a lot on this show. There's a gap between the English you learn and the English that actually gets things done.
A big gap, and that gap is kind of what today is all about.
Right. So today, we've got something we've been putting together for a while, and we're pretty excited about it. We're going through 50 phrases that native speakers actually use.
And we really mean that. These aren't the ones you find on page 12 of a textbook. We're talking about the expressions that show up in real conversations. At work, with friends, when you're trying to get something done, when you're just shooting the breeze with someone.
We've got phrasal verbs, idioms, conversational fillers, and a bunch of other expressions that don't really have a category. They're just useful. The kind of thing where once you hear it, you'll start noticing it everywhere.
We've organized them into different situations too, so it's easy to follow along. Work settings, informal conversations, everyday life, and a few that honestly just fit in anywhere.
So, if you're ready, let's get into it.
Let's go.
All right, let's kick things off with our first category. These are phrases for the morning, for your daily routine, for all those moments between waking up and actually getting your day started.
And trust me, once you start using these, you'll notice how much more natural you sound, even in small talk.
Number 1, bright and early. This one means waking up or arriving somewhere very early in the morning. So you'd say, I've got a meeting bright and early tomorrow. And people immediately understand it's first thing, no easing into the day.
It's got a slightly optimistic ring to it, which is interesting. Like, you're not complaining, you're just stating it. I was there bright and early. It can be sincere or just a little ironic, depending on your tone.
Right. And that ironic version is actually really common. Someone rolls in at 7 a.m. looking exhausted and goes, bright and early as always.
We've all been there. Okay, number 2 is on the go. This one's for when you don't have time to sit down or slow down. You're moving, multitasking, handling things mid-stride. I had breakfast on the go this morning means you were eating while rushing out the door.
It shows up a lot in work conversations, too. I'll check your message. I'm a bit on the go right now. It's a polite way of flagging that you're busy without shutting someone down completely.
Yeah, it's efficient without sounding dismissive, and it works for things too, not just people. It's a meal you can eat on the go is totally normal.
Good point. Very flexible phrase. Number 3, and this one is a phrasal verb. Freshen up. It means to quickly clean yourself up or sort out your appearance, usually before something. Before a meeting, before going out, even before a video call.
Give me 5 minutes. I need to freshen up. It just sounds natural in a way that alternatives don't. You wouldn't really say, I'm going to go clean myself. That sounds strange. Freshen up is the phrase people actually reach for.
It's also not just about washing your face. It can mean touching up makeup, changing your shirt, fixing your hair. It covers a lot of ground.
Right, it's more about the feeling of being ready than any specific action. Moving on to number 4, beat the traffic. If you beat the traffic, you leave early enough to avoid the rush. I left at 6 to beat the traffic means you planned ahead and got out before things got bad.
And people use it as a reason to push others too. We should head out now if we want to beat the traffic. There's a bit of urgency baked into it.
It's also just a very relatable phrase. Traffic is something pretty much everyone deals with, so it comes up constantly in casual conversation.
Probably one of the most universal phrases on this entire list, honestly. Number 5 is another phrasal verb, drag one's feet. This one means to delay doing something, usually because you're reluctant or just don't want to deal with it. Stop dragging your feet and just send the email already.
It works really well for procrastination or hesitation. He's been dragging his feet on that decision for weeks. There's a built-in sense of frustration when you use it, like someone else has been waiting and losing patience.
Yeah, it's rarely a neutral phrase. If someone says you're dragging your feet, they're not happy about it.
Definitely not a compliment. Okay, number 6, sleep on it. This is what you say when you or someone else needs to make a decision but isn't ready yet. You're suggesting they wait until the next day before committing to anything.
I don't know if I should take the job offer. I think I need to sleep on it. It implies the decision matters enough that a clearer head tomorrow might help you get there.
It's also a really smooth way to buy yourself time without seeming indecisive. Instead of saying, I don't know, you say, let me sleep on it. Sounds much more intentional.
And it works in both directions. You can say it to yourself or suggest it to someone else who's overthinking something. Number 7, up and at 'em. Just so you know, this is a shortened version of up and at them. And it's basically an energetic push to get moving, usually first thing in the morning.
You'd hear it from someone trying to motivate themselves or a group. Come on, up and at 'em, we've got a full day ahead. It's enthusiastic, a little old school in tone, but people absolutely still use it.
It's very much the kind of thing a coach, a parent, or that one very morning-friendly coworker says.
You know the type. Already on their second coffee by 7 a.m. Number 8, phrasal verb, power through. This one means to keep going despite difficulty, tiredness, or resistance. You're not stopping, you're not slowing down. You're just pushing forward regardless.
I've only had 4 hours of sleep, but I'm going to power through the day. That sentence probably sounds familiar to most people listening right now.
It's got this determined, almost stubborn energy to it. We powered through the whole project in one night. Very common in work contexts, but you hear it everywhere.
And it can apply to anything, really. Powering through a long drive, a tough workout, a boring meeting. Okay, almost there. Number 9, I'm running behind. This means you're late or about to be. It's a more natural alternative to just saying I'm late because it implies you're still moving and aware of the situation.
Hey, I'm running a bit behind. I'll be there in 10. It's casual, it's clear, and it doesn't turn into a big explanation. Way smoother than launching into a whole story about traffic or the elevator.
Right? It keeps things moving. The other person gets the information they need and you don't have to over-explain.
And a bit behind versus really behind also gives people a sense of how late we're actually talking. You can adjust it to fit the situation. And number 10, wrapping up this section, I'm heading out. Simple, but genuinely one of those phrases that separates natural-sounding English from textbook English. It means you're about to leave.
I'm heading out now. See you tonight. You'd use it leaving the house, the office, a get-together, wherever. People say it as they grab their bag or their keys. It just comes out naturally.
And it's softer than just saying, I'm leaving, which can sound a bit abrupt. Heading out has a more casual, relaxed feel to it.
It's also great for texts. Short, clear, and sounds like a real person wrote it.
All right, moving into our second category. These are phrases you'll need the moment you're in a professional setting, a classroom, or working on any kind of project with other people.
And a lot of these are the kind of thing your manager or classmates are already saying, so knowing them also helps you follow along in those environments, not just speak. Number 11, keep me in the loop. This means you want someone to update you as things develop. You're not asking for every detail right now. You just don't want to be left out when something changes or progresses.
I won't be in that meeting, but keep me in the loop. It's a very natural way to stay involved without micromanaging. You hear it constantly in professional settings.
And the flip side works too. I'll keep you in the loop is a reassurance. You're telling someone they won't be left in the dark.
It's one of those phrases that sounds really polished and confident without being overly formal. Okay? Number 12 is a phrasal verb. Get the hang of it. This means to gradually learn how to do something, usually something that felt tricky at first. It took me a week, but I finally gotten the hang of the new software.
It's great for moments when you're in a learning curve and you want to express that you're making progress. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. Is also a really common way to encourage someone who's struggling.
Right, it's encouraging without being patronizing. It acknowledges that something is hard while also saying it's doable.
Very human phrase. Not every skill clicks immediately, and this one captures that honestly. Number 13, rule of thumb. This is a general guideline based on experience rather than an exact rule. As a rule of thumb, always proofread before you send. It's practical advice, not a strict law.
You'll hear this a lot when someone's sharing a tip or a shortcut they've picked up over time. It signals that what follows is useful but flexible, not set in stone.
It also adds credibility to what you're saying. It sounds like you've been around long enough to know what works.
Exactly. It's the kind of phrase that makes you sound experienced without sounding arrogant. Number 14, up in the air. If something is up in the air, it means it hasn't been decided yet. Plans, outcomes, details that are still uncertain. The deadline is still up in the air. We're waiting on the client.
It's useful because it tells the other person something is pending without being vague or evasive. You're not avoiding the question, you're just being accurate about the situation.
And it works across a lot of contexts. A project timeline, a job offer, weekend plans. We might go, but it's still up in the air.
Low-key one of the most practical phrases on this list for anyone who works in a team. All right, number 15, cut to the chase. This means skip the unnecessary background and get to the important part. I know you're busy, so I'll cut to the chase. You're respecting the other person's time.
It can also be a gentle nudge when someone else is taking too long to get to the point. Can we cut to the chase here? Though you'd want to read the room before saying that one.
Timing matters with that version for sure. But used well, it's a really effective phrase. It shows you value clarity.
And it almost always signals that something important or direct is coming right after it. Moving along. Number 16 is a phrasal verb, wrap up. It means to finish or bring something to a close. Let's wrap up this meeting, or I'm just wrapping up the report. Give me 5 minutes.
It's one of the most useful phrases in any professional setting because endings are awkward. Wrap up gives you a smooth, natural way to signal that something is coming to a close.
And it's not just for work. We're wrapping up the party around midnight works just as well in a casual context.
It's got a tidy, conclusive feel without being abrupt. Very versatile. Number 17. Brainstorm. Most people know this word but aren't sure how to use it naturally. It means to generate ideas freely, usually as a group, without immediately judging or filtering them.
Let's brainstorm some options before we make a decision. It can be a verb or a noun. We had a brainstorm session this morning is also totally normal to say.
The key idea behind it is that no suggestion is wrong during the process. You throw everything out there first and sort through it later.
It's a word that signals creativity and openness, which is probably why it's so common in team environments. Okay, number 18. Take the lead. This means to step up and be the one driving something forward, to claim ownership of a task or situation. Someone needs to take the lead on this presentation.
It's often used when a task needs ownership and no one has claimed it yet. And saying, "I'll take the lead" is a great way to show initiative in a workplace setting.
It implies confidence without being aggressive. You're not taking over, you're just stepping up.
And managers love hearing it. It signals you're proactive and willing to be accountable. Okay, number 19, and this is a phrasal verb. Start from scratch. This means to begin something completely from the beginning with nothing already in place. No templates, no previous work, nothing.
We had to start from scratch after the file got corrupted. It can be frustrating in context, but it's also used positively. I built this from scratch, and I'm really proud of how it turned out.
It emphasizes the effort involved. Going from scratch means you built the whole thing yourself from zero.
Which is why it often carries either a sense of pride or total exhaustion, depending on the situation. And number 20, closing out this section. I'm on it. Short, confident, and incredibly useful. It means you've received the task and you're already taking care of it. No long confirmation needed.
Can someone handle the client email? I'm on it. Done. It's the kind of response that makes you sound reliable and switched on without over-explaining yourself.
It also works perfectly in texts and messages. Quick, clear, and professional without being stiff. Way better than understood. I will proceed to address that shortly.
Nobody's saying that. Nobody. I'm on it is always the move. All right, section 3. We're stepping away from the office and into everyday social life. These are phrases for hanging out with friends, making plans, and just talking to people like a real person.
These are also the ones that tend to trip people up the most, because social English moves fast and it rarely sounds like anything from a textbook.
Number 21, and this one's a phrasal verb. Hang out. It means to spend time with someone in a relaxed, informal way. No agenda, no formal setting. We should hang out sometime, or I was just hanging out at my friend's place.
It's one of the most common social phrases in English, and it works across a lot of situations. Friends, coworkers, people you've just met. Do you want to hang out this weekend? Is completely natural at almost any age.
It also works solo. I was just hanging out at home means you weren't doing anything in particular. Just chilling, taking it easy.
Low-key essential if you want to sound natural in any social context. Number 22, be on the same page. This means two or more people share the same understanding of something. You're aligned. Before we move forward, I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
It's incredibly common in both professional and personal conversations, and it's useful precisely because misunderstandings happen all the time. This phrase is a smooth way to check that everyone's working with the same information.
You'll also hear, "Are we on the same page?" as a question, which is a really polite way of asking if someone agrees or understands without making them feel pressured.
It's collaborative without being confrontational. Great phrase to have in your back pocket. Number 23, beat around the bush. This means to avoid getting to the point, to talk around something without actually saying it directly. Stop beating around the bush and just tell me what happened.
It usually carries a note of impatience. The person saying it has been waiting for the other person to get to the point, and they're done waiting.
Right. And you can also use it to describe your own behavior. I don't want to beat around the bush, so I'll just say it. That way, you're signaling honesty and directness before you speak.
Which actually makes whatever comes next land much more clearly. Okay, number 24, phrasal verb, swing by. This means to make a quick, informal stop somewhere. You're not planning a big visit. You're just passing through briefly. I'll swing by after work and pick it up.
It's very casual and implies the visit won't take long. Swing by my place if you're in the area. Sounds friendly and low pressure. You're not demanding someone's time, just leaving the door open.
It also works well when you're the one making the stop. I swung by the store on my way home. Natural, quick, unpretentious.
Very common in everyday speech. Once you start using it, you'll wonder how you got by without it. Number 25, hit it off. This means two people immediately got along really well when they first met. There was instant chemistry or connection. We hit it off right away, talked for hours.
It's often used when describing how a friendship or relationship started. Did you two know each other before? No, we just hit it off at the party. It captures that feeling when meeting someone just clicks effortlessly.
And it works for friendships, romantic situations, or even professional relationships. Anytime two people just vibe from the start.
It's a warm phrase. There's something genuinely nice about the way it sounds. Okay, number 26, stand someone up. This one means to not show up to a planned meeting or date without any warning. You just don't appear. He stood me up. I waited 40 minutes.
It's almost always used in a frustrated or negative context because it implies the other person was left waiting and feeling pretty bad about it. It's considered pretty rude behavior, and the phrase carries that weight.
You can use it a bit more lightly among close friends, though. Don't stand me up again, I'm serious. But the core meaning always has that sense of being let down.
One of those phrases where the situation does most of the emotional work for you. Number 27, spit it out. This one's direct. It means stop hesitating and just say what you want to say. Come on, spit it out. What's going on?
It's used when someone is clearly holding something back or taking forever to get to it. The tone is usually impatient, but not necessarily angry. More like, I can tell something's on your mind. Just say it already.
Between close friends, it can sound almost playful, but with someone you don't know well, you'd want to be careful. It can come across as pretty blunt.
Yeah, definitely a phrase that depends heavily on your relationship with the person. Context is everything here. Number 28, third wheel. This describes the feeling of being the odd one out when you're with a couple. You're there, but the other two are clearly the main event, and you're sort of just along for the ride.
I felt like such a third wheel at dinner last night. They wouldn't stop making eye contact. It's almost always said with humor, but there's real awkwardness behind it.
And it doesn't have to be romantic. Any situation where two people have a strong dynamic and a third person feels out of place can be described this way.
Very visual phrase. You instantly know exactly what it feels like. Number 29. What are you up to? One of the most natural ways to ask someone what they're doing, either right now or as a general check-in. Hey, what are you up to this weekend?
It's casual, friendly, and versatile. It works as a conversation starter, a way to check in, or even just small talk. Not much, just watching a show. You?
The key thing is, it doesn't sound like a formal question. What are you doing? Is fine, but what are you up to? Is how people actually talk. It's warmer, more relaxed.
And it naturally invites the other person to share without putting any pressure on them. Really easy opener. And number 30, wrapping up this section. I'm down. This simply means you're up for something. You agree. You're in. We're thinking of getting pizza tonight. You in? Yeah, I'm down.
It's one of those phrases that's so short and so useful. It replaces, yes, that sounds good. I'd be happy to join with just 2 words. And somehow it sounds way more natural in conversation.
You can also say, I'm down for that, or I'm down to try it. It fits pretty much anywhere you'd casually agree to something.
Short, simple, and it makes you sound like you actually belong in the conversation, which is exactly what this whole episode is about.
Okay, section 4. This one's a little more personal. We're getting into the phrases people use to express how they feel, what's on their mind, and how they're processing things.
And these matter a lot, because being able to talk about your emotional state in a natural way is a big part of actually connecting with people in English. Number 31. Under the weather. This is what you say when you're feeling a bit sick or not quite yourself physically. Not necessarily bedridden, just off. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. I might skip the gym.
It's a softer, more casual alternative to I'm sick. It implies something mild, like a cold coming on or just low energy. You wouldn't use it for something serious.
Right, it's that in-between state where you're not fine, but you're also not calling an ambulance. Most people know that feeling well.
And it's polite too. It explains your situation without making anyone uncomfortable with too many details. Number 32. Fed up with. This one means you've reached your limit with something. You've had enough and you're done. I'm completely fed up with these constant last-minute changes.
It's stronger than just being annoyed. Fed up implies there's been a buildup, that you've been tolerating something for a while and you've finally hit the wall.
You'll hear it a lot when people are venting. I'm fed up with the commute. I'm fed up with the noise. I'm just fed up. It stacks well.
And honestly, it's very satisfying to say. The frustration comes through clearly without needing to explain the whole backstory. Number 33. Phrasal verb. Blow off steam. This means to release stress or frustration through some kind of activity. You're not solving the problem, you're just letting out the pressure. I went for a run to blow off some steam after that meeting.
It's a really healthy concept wrapped in a great phrase. It acknowledges that sometimes you don't need a solution, you just need an outlet. Exercise, talking to a friend, even watching a show can count.
And it works as a suggestion too. You should go blow off some steam. You've been tense all day. It's caring without being pushy.
Very natural in both casual and work conversations. Number 34. Take it with a grain of salt. This means you should be skeptical about something, not believe it completely, or take it too seriously. I read that article, but honestly, I'd take it with a grain of salt.
It's useful when you want to share information while also signaling that you're not fully convinced of its accuracy. You're being honest about the source or the reliability of what you're passing along.
It's also a polite way to push back on something without directly calling it wrong. Sure, but I'd take that with a grain of salt is much gentler than, I don't think that's true.
Great phrase for navigating conversations where you're not sure what to believe. Number 35. Bear in mind. This means to remember or keep something in consideration. Bear in mind that the deadline is Friday, so plan accordingly. It's a gentle but clear reminder.
It's slightly more formal than keep in mind, but both are very common. You'll hear it when someone wants to make sure an important detail doesn't get lost in the conversation.
It's also a good phrase to use when you're giving advice. Bear in mind that everyone's situation is different. It adds nuance without dismissing what someone said.
Low-key one of the most useful phrases for sounding thoughtful and measured when you speak. Number 36, fly off the handle. This means to suddenly lose your temper, to get very angry very quickly and without much warning. She flew off the handle when she found out the event had been canceled.
It's very visual when you think about it. Someone just snapping, and it usually implies the reaction was a bit out of proportion to the situation, or at least unexpected.
Right. It carries a slight judgment. If you say someone flew off the handle, you're usually suggesting they overreacted a little.
Though sometimes the reaction is completely justified. Context still matters. I finally flew off the handle after the third time they ignored my emails. That's earned. Number 37. Have mixed feelings. This means you have conflicting emotions about something. You're not fully happy, not fully unhappy, somewhere complicated in between. I have mixed feelings about the move. Excited, but also nervous.
It's honest and nuanced, and that's exactly why people use it. Life isn't always clean emotions, and this phrase gives you a way to express that without having to break everything down.
And it works in conversations where you don't want to commit to a strong opinion. Honestly, I have mixed feelings about it. Buys you space to think without seeming evasive.
Very human phrase. Pretty much everyone has had mixed feelings about something important in their life. Number 38. Blow one's mind. This means something is so impressive, surprising, or incredible that it genuinely shocks you in a good way. The documentary completely blew my mind. I didn't expect it to be that deep.
It's enthusiastic and very common in everyday speech. That ending blew my mind, or, wait, seriously? That blows my mind. You can use it for anything that genuinely floors you.
It can also be used more casually when something is just really cool, not necessarily life-changing. Have you tried that new place downtown? It'll blow your mind.
It's one of those expressions where the energy behind it is half the meaning. You really feel the impact when someone says it with conviction. Number 39. Take it to heart. This means to be genuinely affected by something, usually criticism or feedback, to let it sink in personally. He took the feedback to heart and completely reworked the proposal.
It can be positive or negative depending on the context. Taking something to heart can mean you're being thoughtful and responsive, or it can mean you're letting criticism hurt you more than it should.
Don't take it to heart. She was just having a bad day. That version is a comfort. You're telling someone not to internalize something that wasn't meant personally.
And she really took it to heart, said admiringly, means she listened carefully and let it genuinely influence her. Both uses are very common. And number 40, closing out this section, bite one's tongue. This means to stop yourself from saying something you want to say, usually because it would be inappropriate, hurtful, or just badly timed. I had to bite my tongue through that entire conversation.
There's a real physical imagery to it that makes the phrase stick. You're literally holding back, almost painfully. And that tension is exactly what it feels like when you want to say something and you can't.
It's also a sign of self-control, which is why it's often used with a bit of pride. I bit my tongue and let it go. That takes effort, and people know it.
Solid phrase to wrap up the section. And honestly, sometimes the most important thing you can do in a conversation is exactly that. All right, last section. And this one might be the most practical of all, because no matter how well your day is going, at some point something goes sideways, and you need the language to deal with it.
These are the phrases that come up when you're troubleshooting, problem-solving, or just trying to get through a situation that didn't go as planned.
Number 41. Back to square one. This means you've had to start completely over because something didn't work out. All progress is gone, and you're back at the very beginning. The client rejected the whole concept. We're back to square one.
It's one of those phrases that carries a real weight to it. There's frustration in it, but also a kind of resilience. You're acknowledging the setback and already thinking about what comes next.
Right, it's not giving up, it's resetting. Okay, back to square one. Let's think about this differently.
And people use it outside of work too. Relationships, personal goals, plans that fell through. It covers a lot of ground. Number 42. Phrasal verb, run out of something. This means you've used up all of something and there's none left. We've run out of time, or I ran out of coffee this morning, which honestly explains everything.
It works for physical things like food or supplies, but also for abstract things like patience, energy, or ideas. I completely ran out of things to say. Very relatable.
And it's one of those constructions that learners sometimes get slightly wrong. It's run out of, not run out. The preposition matters.
Good call. We ran out of options. Sounds natural. We ran out options doesn't quite work. Number 43. Turn a blind eye. This means to deliberately ignore something you know is wrong or problematic. You see it, you're aware of it, but you choose not to act on it. Management turned a blind eye to the issues for months.
It implies a conscious choice, which is what gives it that edge. It's not that you didn't notice, it's that you decided not to deal with it. That distinction matters.
And it can be used critically or descriptively depending on context. I can't just turn a blind eye to this means you're choosing to speak up or take action.
It's a powerful phrase precisely because of what it implies about awareness and responsibility. Number 44. Cross that bridge when we come to it. This means don't worry about a future problem until it actually becomes a problem. Deal with what's in front of you now. What if the funding falls through? Let's cross that bridge when we come to it.
It's practical and grounding. Sometimes people spiral into hypothetical problems that may never happen, and this phrase is a gentle way to redirect that energy toward what's actually relevant right now.
It's also reassuring. It says, we'll handle it when we need to, and we'll be fine when that moment comes.
Very common in planning conversations, and honestly, just good life advice. Number 45. Phrasal verb. Look into something. This means to investigate or research something more thoroughly. I'll look into it and get back to you by tomorrow. You're committing to finding out more.
It's one of the most useful phrases in professional settings because it signals action without overpromising. You're not saying you have the answer right now. You're saying you'll go find it.
And it sounds proactive. I'll look into it is much better than I don't know with nothing else attached.
It buys you time, shows initiative, and keeps the conversation moving forward. Hard to go wrong with this one. Number 46. A piece of cake. This means something is very easy, much easier than expected. Don't stress about the interview. You've done this before. It'll be a piece of cake.
It's reassuring and light, and the contrast is actually what makes it useful. When something felt daunting and then turned out to be simple, this is the phrase that captures that perfectly.
How was the test? Honestly, piece of cake. Short, clear, and satisfying to say.
Though be careful not to say it about something before you've actually done it. Nobody wants to jinx themselves. Number 47. Give it a shot. This means to try something, usually something you're unsure about or haven't done before. I've never cooked Thai food, but I figured I'd give it a shot.
It's got an open, willing energy to it. You're not committing to being great at something, you're just committing to trying. And that attitude is something native speakers really respect.
It also works as encouragement. You should give it a shot. You might surprise yourself. Low pressure, high possibility.
And the implied meaning is that even if it doesn't work out, the attempt itself had value. Very optimistic little phrase. Number 48. I screwed up. This is a direct, honest admission that you made a mistake. Not overly formal, not too harsh. I screwed up the reservation. I'm really sorry.
What makes this phrase valuable is that it's clean and accountable. You're not making excuses. You're not over-explaining. You're just owning it. And people respond really well to that.
It's also much more natural than I made an error in casual contexts. The directness of I screwed up actually comes across as more genuine and trustworthy.
Knowing how to admit a mistake clearly and without drama is a real communication skill. This phrase helps you do exactly that. Number 49. Let's figure this out. This is a collaborative call to action. Something's unclear or broken, and you're inviting someone to work through it together. Okay, I don't fully understand the situation either, but let's figure this out.
What's great about it is the let's. You're not putting the problem on one person. You're framing it as a shared challenge. That changes the whole tone of the conversation.
It's solution-oriented without being dismissive of the problem. You're acknowledging that something needs to be resolved while already moving toward fixing it.
Very calming in stressful situations. When things feel chaotic, let's figure this out can genuinely shift the energy in the room. And number 50, the very last one. Never mind. Simple, incredibly common, and genuinely useful in so many situations. It means forget it. Don't worry about it. It's not important anymore. Oh, never mind. I found it.
It can be warm and dismissive at the same time, which is a rare combination, and it works across a huge range of situations. Dropping a subject, letting something go, reassuring someone they don't need to help.
It also saves you from long explanations. Instead of, actually, the situation has changed and what I was asking is no longer relevant, you just say, never mind. Done.
50 phrases, and we ended on one of the most useful 2 words in the language. Feels right.
And that's a wrap on 50 phrases you actually need. We hope at least a handful of these stuck with you, and if they did, the best thing you can do is start using them. Even just 1 or 2 this week.
That's really how it works. You hear it, you notice it, and then one day it just comes out naturally. That's when you know it's yours.
If you've been listening with us for a while, thank you. It means a lot to know you keep coming back.
And if this is your first time, welcome. There's a lot more where this came from, so stick around.
Take care of yourselves, keep at it, and we'll catch you in the next one.
See you then. To keep taking your English to the next level, click on the next video or explore the others we've made for you.